Hello and welcome everyone, my name is The Clever Fool. Today I will be playing the fifth and final episode of Francisco de Almeida, A Son's Blood. We will be going for an achievement called Friends, Countrymen, Lend Me Your Ears, which involves converting a unit called Alfonso de Albuquerque without killing a single Portuguese unit. Now, those that are more perceptive among you might have noticed that the campaign actually already has the gold medal next to it as I make this recording. And that's because the run that I got the achievement in and the run that I actually succeeded in defeating the campaign level in are two separate runs. So I wanted to kind of address that in the introduction here. So this level can best be described as split into two phases. The first phase involves converting some Portuguese units and eventually converting Alfonso de Albuquerque himself. And during this time, you're actually free to boom up your economy, build units, build castles, and all sorts of other things, and even trade with the Portuguese camp. And I highly recommend that you actually do this so that the second phase is much easier. The second phase is a phase that gets activated after you convert Alfonso de Albuquerque, which unlocks the achievement if you do it properly. And this phase involves fighting off 3 opponents. And that's why I recommend that you actually build up during the conversion phase, because if you do the conversion too quickly, then you'll actually get quickly overwhelmed by these 3 forces if you're not ready. Now, the hint section of the game does do a pretty good job of explaining that you should be ready to fight when you convert Alfonso. That being said, though, I believe that gameplay-wise, it's not super intuitive that you're supposed to take your free boom. It does feel like to me that it was breaking the game a little bit to do the boom during that phase, which is why I didn't do it originally, and that ended up actually biting me on the first try where I unlocked the achievement. But overall, it's a very fun level, and I had a great time playing it. So basically, I'll just do the intro section now, then I will show a clip of me actually successfully performing the conversion without getting any kills. And unlocking the achievement, and then lastly I'll show the video playthrough where I actually successfully beat the entire level. In any case, let's go ahead and get started.
We had taken the other side of the world by storm, but our old enemies followed. As the Zamorin beat his war drums, Ottomans and Egyptians rallied to him. Their ships were carried over the desert and rebuilt by treacherous Venetians. In India, an unlikely Russian renegade called Malik Ayaz raised the Muslim armies of Gujarat in defense of the Hindu Zamorin. Gold had truly become more powerful than God. As this coalition of Hindus, Muslims, and Christians descended on us, liars and jackals flocked to the court of King Manuel. They filled his ears with lies that Don Francisco had betrayed Portugal and convinced the young king to dispatch an armada led by Alfonso de Albuquerque to relieve my captain of the Viceroy ship. Don Francisco, however, was in no mood for politics. Tragedy struck off the coast of Char. In a heroic naval battle, my captain's beloved son Lorenzo was slain by Amir Hussein, admiral of the Mamluk fleet of Egypt. Though he deeply loved his son, Don Francisco did not shed tears for his death. In repayment, my captain vowed to shed blood.
Alright, so like I said, the main objective is to convert 10 of Albuquerque's men. Remember, we should make sure to remember that we actually have to complete this objective before we can even convert Albuquerque himself, which is what the achievement wants us to do. Our hints tell us that we are restricted to a population limit of 200. While converting Portuguese, do not neglect training new units. You will need to be ready for the battle for Diu as soon as the Portuguese are all converted. Now, this battle for Diu is much more intense than this hint might lead on. But I do give them props for mentioning that we need to be ready. Destroying the Mamluk Feydarias should be a priority. They are the primary source of resources for the Mamluks. The arid Kathiawar Peninsula to the west has rich gold deposits. Your scouts report that Francisco de Almeida has camped in northwest India. The death of his son Lorenzo must be personally avenged, so he cannot surrender the Viceroy ship until those responsible for his son's death are destroyed. Afonso de Albuquerque in red has landed with a letter from King Manuel appointing him as Viceroy. He is an overbearing taskmaster, which makes his men easily swayed by promises of gold and divine intercession. Care should be taken to not inflict heavy losses on fellow Portuguese. They will be needed for the battle against Diu. Diu in purple, an island off the southern coast of the western peninsula, will be the focus of the coming battle. Governed by Malik Ayaz, a Russian converted to Islam, Diu has elephants, camels, and paladins inspired to battle by imams. Malik Ayaz is aided by Venetian engineers who have constructed bombard towers in his city. Diu is also supported by the army of the Ottomans in green. These janissaries, cannons, and cavalry have camped at Surat across the Konkan River from the Portuguese position. Amir Hussein al-Kurdi commands the Egyptian Mamluks in Sion. His fleet is based on the Gulf of Combat's northern shore. The Mamluk army has Mamluks, cavalry archers, and siege supported by a detachment of Venetian condottieri. The Venetians provide resources for the Mamluks through their trade embassies. Destroying these Feydarias will cripple the Mamluks. Finally, Gujarati traders in yellow have market posts in the gold-rich western peninsula. Picking sides is unprofitable for these savvy merchants who are eager to trade with the Portuguese. Alright, cool. So, I know I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but one last reminder. Boom up during the conversion phase. Then you can get your achievement at your leisure. And be fully prepared for the second phase, which is going to be bloody as hell. In any case, I will leave it to the clip where I get the achievement and the main video from here on out. So I hope you guys enjoy. Until then, my name's The Clever Fool. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, wow.
Albuquerque away. Ayaz plans to execute our brothers in Eagles. We have little time to do this.
We got the achievement. Now I have to destroy the wonder. Alright, let's go ahead and get started.
By order of His Majesty, you are to be relieved as Viceroy of India and return to Portugal for inquiry into your activities in the Indies.
Farei away. Avançar. Entendido. Sim.
The king does not know the pain of a son's death. Send the priest to Albuquerque's men to promise them God and gold if they follow me. Not even the king will deny my vengeance.
Sim. Ao seu dispor. Atacar.
Baixar as ordens. Correto. Ao seu dispor.
Sim, sim. Avançar. Farei away.
Okay, cool. So right away you might have noticed that I did a few things. I moved my initial starting soldiers to kill 2 wild animals here. I shifted my 3 villagers that were on gold onto stone. And I moved forward and got a quick conversion off in this direction. Now this area will be the path that you will want to sneak your men by in order to get access to the coast. And they do send red units up on patrol every once in a while. And in order to unlock the achievement, we're going to need to convert these guys without killing a single one. Or convert Alfonso without killing a single red unit here. Now, why did I do all these things beforehand, and how did I know? I thought, Clever Fool, I thought you did blind runs. The truth is, I do blind runs. And actually, just a few minutes earlier, I did manage to score the achievement on an earlier playthrough, but then I proceeded to immediately lose the campaign because of what happened next. The stuff that all happened at the same time was simply just too overwhelming for me to deal with. so I wasn't able to win, so to speak. And we will talk about that a little bit before we get there, because we'll have some time before we reach that phase of the level. But first, I would like to talk a little bit about how we can actually get the achievement first. So there's the second patrol of the Arbalester. Let's bait him in. You can see that we're also setting our units to no attack stance here as well. This is so that they don't accidentally kill the guys that we're trying to convert. Like I was saying, this area will have some patrols, and we can kind of bait them in 2 at a time to get converted. The next thing that we're doing there is we're starting to build up an economy. Where did that halberdier go? Huh. Weird. But in any case, what I ended up doing was I didn't build much of an economy early on. I did build some economy, but I actually completed the objective so quickly, or relatively quickly, that I was quickly overrun by all the other factions that are currently allies with us here. 3 more goats. Nice. So as you can see, there's some green guys here, and it's all mentioned in the scouts and hit section, but how they interact with us is not really fully explained. Effectively, these guys are just going to be allied with us until we convert Alfonso de Albuquerque. And Alfonso himself is actually going to remain as a purple unit until we convert 10 units. So really, this entire phase, we have the whole time to just develop our economy here and research all the text that we need to research. And just continue growing here. And that's exactly what I plan to do, actually. So Alfonso's, or rather the Mamelukes, have some Fetorias, and that's really the main punishment that we're going to get for taking this first section slow. They're going to get Fetorias before we get Fetorias, and that is a bit unfortunate. But that being said, having all this time to marshal our troops, build economies and static defenses is actually super worth it. And the problem that I have with this is that it's not super clear that holding back early on and not performing conversions is the right way to go. It seems like, you know, in other levels when they have kind of a Mission Impossible style, non-standard gameplay, where like we kind of sneak around and do conversions and stuff, it seems like that portion of the map should not be super impactful to the rest of the game. But the fact is that if I actually take the time to build up here and get a super strong economy rolling, and all my defenses set up, then actually I'll come out much further ahead and much more prepared for the second and third phases of the invasion of the campaign, that is.
Ao seu dispor. Sim, entendido. Por Ao seu dispor. Avançar. Ao seu dispor. Sim. Sim. Quais são as ordens? Entendido. Ao seu dispor. Entendido. Entendido. Quais são as ordens? Sim, entendido. Ao seu dispor.
Let's let those guys continue on the patrol here. It's a bit sloppy. This is fine. Letting our scout die is actually fine. And like I was saying, what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to straight up just build, research all my techs. The villagers are not going to get attacked by red here because red is neutral with us. Let's build our replacement scout and send him in this direction. And what this actually results in is the ability for us to research all of our Castle Age techs before we actually need to engage in any combat in the campaign. So we can just completely max out everything, short of advancing to the Imperial Age because we're blocked for this phase, which that part is good design. But we can do, you know, everything else, like training units, researching techs, and gathering resources. We can do all of that in safety during this phase while we haven't converted Alfonso yet. And that includes building static defenses over here. So do I have heavy plow yet? Yes, I do. Let's put these guys on gold. And so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna 3 TC up and build a bunch of trade units. Let's see, 40 gold trade units. We have gold miners here that will help us. And because red is neutral with us, and they have a market here, we can actually trade with them freely. And we can do this for as long as we feel like. There's nothing stopping us at all.
Construir. Quais as vossas ordens? Construir.
Sim, entendido.
Let's pick up Bowsaw here.
Olá. Estou pronto. Farei. Caçar.
Start hunting that elephant.
Sim. Quais são farei? Atacar. Quais as farei? Olá. Entendido. Caçar. Sim, farei. Entendido. Sim.
Man, that elephant moves fast.
Caçar.
Good.
Ao seu dispor. Entendido.
Keep churning out trade carts here. And this is going to be how we just level up our resources. Mine out everything they've got. We're going to build a castle over here as well.
Estou pronto. Sim. Sim.
On the coast. And see, none of this stuff really makes sense. The stuff that I'm doing right now. If I was playing this blind, none of this would make sense. There's Alfonso, as you can see, he's purple. But the truth is, what in the game is stopping me from doing this? Absolutely nothing at all.
Estou pronto. Farei, Luei. Construir. Olá. Quais as vossas ordens?
House ourselves.
Quais as vossas ordens? Estou pronto.
Let's build a couple more.
Construir.
Pick up handcart while we're at it here. And look at all these red soldiers. We're gonna ignore them completely. And just trade with these guys. 27 gold per, I think. Let's see what our trade card gets us. No, that's not what I meant. Didn't want to ring the town bell. Check. Yeah, 27 gold a trip. Absolutely nuts. There's a champion there. We're going to bait him out and convert him.
Ao seu dispor. Farei. Entendido. Por Deus. Sim. Por Deus. Ir. Sim. Quais são as ordens? Ao seu dispor. Sim. Farei. Lué. As armas. Quais são? Entendido. Ao seu dispor. Por Deus. Sim. Sim. Farei. Lué. Construir.
Olá.
Olá. Construir.
Now we're gonna build some docks as well.
As ordens.
Let's get more housing online.
Construir. Construir. Estou pronto. Quais? Caçar. As ordens.
Start building more trade carts, training more villagers.
Sim. Minerar.
Short on wood.
Minerar.
Let's put more villagers on wood actually.
Estou pronto. Sim, entendido. Construir.
And I will take a moment to note that earlier on my first try, I actually did consider building a transport ship, but during this phase of the game, they actually prevent us from building transport ships. Why they don't prevent us from building anything else, I don't understand, so I can only imagine that all this is intentional.
Sim. Estou pronto. Sim. Minerar. Entendido. Sim.
Scout with our villagers here.
Quais? As vossas ordens.
Build some trade carts.
Sim.
Build another town center here. And I could be wrong. I could be playing the level the way that it was intended to be played. But for me, I am somewhat upset, just a little bit miffed, because to me it doesn't seem like this is intuitive at all. Like, I thought I was supposed to go for that conversion much earlier, unless there's a hint maybe that I missed. While converting Portuguese, do not neglect training new units. You will need to be ready for the battle for DU as soon as the Portuguese are all converted. So I guess technically that's true. But they made it so easy to convert, man. I'm not sure. I guess this must be the right way to do it. Take our sweet time, boom up, research text.
E farei. Estou pronto. Entendido. Construir.
Still short on wood.
Olá.
Quais? As vossas Sim, ordens. Enviei. Enviei. Construir.
And at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up all the text that I can while we're safe. Karak, because I'm sure we'll be needing that at some point. We only need to convert 2 more units. It's actually ludicrous. So long as we don't build any military units, Red is happy to just continue trading with us here.
Estou pronto.
Maybe this was how it was intended to go. I'm not sure.
Estou pronto. Construir.
But yeah. The wonder is going to be across the water on this side, which is why we built these docks. These docks are going to allow us to build a force of Galians.
Quais? Estou pronto. Construir. Quais? Assim. Ordens. Construir.
Construir.
Olá. Quais? As vossas Construir. Olá. Construir.
Olá. Construir.
Sim. Construir.
Get more farmers out.
Estou pronto.
Grab a couple more docks here.
Construir. Sim. Construir.
These shorefish. We even have our boats scout around. I didn't do that. I didn't think that we would need to, based on the scenario design. And this whole time, I will say that the enemy does have feudarias running for them. So it's not like we're getting all this development for free. That is certainly, I guess, a timer for us. But the more relevant timer is all this information here. So I'm getting a lot of scouting information for free here.
Olá.
Let's pick up gill nets. And build our galleons. There's the feudarias. It doesn't look like the Ottomans are actually doing anything with this. So we'll take this time to explore around a bit. There are supposedly traders in the west that we could trade with as well. Still haven't seen anything from them though. DU is going to become our enemy soon. Look at all the units that these guys have.
Sim.
Estou pronto. Construir as vossas ordens. Construir.
Continue building our armada here.
Olá.
Let's build ourselves a university.
Construir.
Don't block off our market. Research some more techs. And Albuquerque's still just sitting on his hands, man.
Sim.
City sim activated. Let's pick up masonry, murder holes, ballistics, treadmill crane. All of it.
Olá. Sim.
Quais se faz construir?
Cortar madeira. Cortar madeira.
The trade profit coming. Low wood, that's fine. And our trade carts here are going to be useless as soon as we convert Albuquerque here, because as soon as we do that, the entire city will actually change to our side, so it won't be an ally market to trade with anymore. We can even have this cart explore the rest of this area to see what we're up against. More ships. Low wood, that's okay. Now we've got ourselves a bustling economy, however.
Estou pronto.
There's even a lion tucked back here. A tiger, actually. That's kind of funny.
Olá. Construir.
That must be the tiger going off.
Construir.
We win, no big deal. We got tons and tons of boats. Galleons in the Castle Age, man. And this is where the wonder gets spawned. But we will get a couple of cannon galleons.
Sim, farei o é. Quais são as vossas ordens?
Estou pronto. Construir.
Estou pronto. Entendido. Minerar.
Let's grab thumb ring. All the remaining blacksmith techs. And sure, heated shot. Why not? Why not? We got the time. We got all the gold we could possibly need. Now, the nice thing about us being unable to build transports is that we actually are unable to cross to the other side of the map very conveniently, because these guys are all our allies. Unless we can do the garrison trick.
Esto pro construir. Quais
No, doesn't look like we can.
construir.
Olá.
Oh, why would you look at that? We actually got some camels, so now we can scout this side of the map as well. So what I just said doesn't actually apply. And now we can just chill and allow our resources to get put to good use, I guess. There's a gold pile all the way out here in the west. Maybe that'll come in handy later. Enemy leaders in orange. I mean, they even left camels here, so that must mean that it is intentional. I guess we're playing it the right way. I'm really unsure. It just feels really unintuitive to me.
Quais as vossas ordens? Sim. Construir. Estou pronto. Sim. Ir-me-ei. Construir.
There is Ayaz. So that's one of the leaders. And our objectives, our objectives after this are, I suppose, probably going to just be to kill all three of the remaining guys. These must be the rich gold deposits that the hints were talking about. Sure, let's build a few more ships. Can't possibly hurt us, right? 4 more camels. Interesting. There's a market here. Nice. I wonder if camels get cavalry bonuses against wild animals. That'd be pretty funny. So naval control will be super important here. Are there any texts that we're missing? Guess we might as well research these, right?
Olá. Estou pronto.
What do we have in our stable? Husbandry. Might as well research it, right?
Quais as vossas ordens? Sim. Farei-lo-ei. Construir. Estou pronto. Entendido. Construir.
Nope, let's not block that choke.
As vossas ordens. Construir.
Yeah, if they allowed us to build transport ships, this game would have been even more over than it is now, because I could just run around at my leisure and just kill everything. Love the landscape though. Map design looks really beautiful.
Olá. Farei, Luei. Quais as vossas ordens? Minerar. Estou pronto. Olá. Sim. Construir.
And actually, I think wood might be our limiting factor. So I think our first move should be to crush the Wonder, of course. And then we can just hard push this eastern side and take their wood. Like, look at all these idle villagers. I'm assuming that these villagers start gathering once they become enemies with us. It just doesn't feel like this is intentional, you know? It feels like the nuts and bolts of the game are being exposed here. Let's have a good long scout. Don't expect anything interesting in these areas. But yeah. Alright, so most of our military is concentrated on the water, I think. We are still quite short in terms of land military here. And what do we want to build? Against Janissaries. So let's reread the hints. Scouts. Green produces Janissaries, cannons, and cavalry. So I guess skirmishers should be fine. And some pikemen, I guess.
Sim. Construir.
Let's build some housing. Get our population maxed. And get the show on the road. So this whole time, right? This whole time, I just haven't done the objectives, and that's what's allowed me to boom up this much. Is this gate locked? Because if we can walk in here... Oh, we can walk in here. We're already in. There's the Masjid of Surat. There's a Turkish Pasha there. We have tons of resources now. Let's build ourselves some siege workshops. Maybe like back here where it's safe. It's kind of blocking the trade routes, but we're not going to need those trade routes for very long. And now that we have all our stuff prepared, let's do our last two conversions. So
Farei-lo ir ao seu despachado. Sim. Sim. O farei. Sim, entendido. Sim, entendido. Farei-lo é.
Send a priest to Albuquerque to seal my command with God's grace.
Farei-lo é.
okay. So as you can see, once we've converted the last of the soldiers, almost failed the achievement there. Once we convert the last of them, we can just walk forward and convert Albuquerque. Though I don't know where Albuquerque is now. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay, so we converted him. I'm just gonna pause there real quick. We converted him. We didn't kill anyone. Well, we did kill someone, but that I think that was at the very end there. We'll check the recording. But the idea is very, very simple. Just boom up. Don't wander any of your villagers or any of your non-villagers close to the Reds. Convert the last two guys once you're ready. Then convert Alfonso and unlock the achievement. I already unlocked the achievement. The achievement part is not the hard part. The hard part is completing the campaign afterwards.
Albuquerque away. Malik Ayaz plans to execute our brothers in Divo. We have little time to defeat him.
Okay, so we've got two cannon Galians here, and we're going to want to protect these two, because these two are going to be what helps us kill purple. Let's wall this section up.
Estou pronto.
I didn't know these walls actually disappeared on us.
Construir. Olá. Construir.
So while we build those, let's get fortified wall. Did we already lose our two cannon Galians? Well, that was just stupid. But it doesn't matter because we can just research Imperial Age and win off that anyway. So that's going to slightly slow us down, actually. So what we can do is move up here and destroy their docks in the meantime.
Sim. Quais as vossas ordens? Olá. Quais as vossas ordens? Sim, é. Minerar.
Now we just need to secure our gold source. We've reached Imperial Age. Perfect. Let's grab... Do we already have chemistry research? I guess we already have chemistry research. Let's research Cannon Galian then. Delete all of our trade carts now that we don't have any more use for them. Build some additional docks on this side. Get these boats in here. Let's pick up guilds. Let's pick up Racer.
Estou pronto. Minerar.
Get some more villagers on gold here. Got 142 years left. That's fine. Dry dock. Let's get our cannon galleons out. Land our transports on shore here to trigger the attack on purple. Pick up conscription. Grab a couple of trebs. Change these guys all back to aggressive stance. And we need gold. So we threw away a lot of our ships. We killed their docks. Are there any other additional docks here to take care of? No. So let's keep these guys just on defensive stance here for now. And our attack is going pretty swimmingly. All things are being considered. Let's research Arquebus.
Esto pronto.
Start building some trade cogs.
Hola. Entendido. Sí.
And yeah, this wonder is going down pretty quickly. Speaking of wonders, are we unable to build our own? Oh no, we still have to destroy that wonder. That's why.
Build our defenses. We will make our stand against the Turks and Egyptians over the ruins of India.
Okay, let's place a wonder here. Start building it. Oh, and we captured this island, I guess. I didn't know that was gonna happen, but I'll take it. Again, I don't really care about this island, so I'm gonna put all of my guys in the transport and shift my shipbuilders up north.
Esto pronto. Entendido. Construir.
Yeah, we can just completely abandon this island. I truthfully do not give a crap about it. We have our elite cannon galleons. Let's get a few more of those. And a few more galleons out of everywhere else. We are honestly running a little bit short on wood. None of these matter. Are there any more ship techs for us? None that look relevant. Let's actually build a few stables too. That way we can send guys out to destroy cannons like that. Repair this. Pick up architecture, siege engineers.
farei o way.
Let's grab Cavalier. Build some knights. Move our skirms out here so we can replace them more easily. Make sure we pick up all of our armor upgrades. Actually gonna move what's in the transports over here. Make our way back upshore. And let's not fight on too many fronts. Let's make sure that we're remaining focused. Water control here is paramount. Those guys have got a lot of range, holy crap. Oh, something's in my eye. No. It's one Faderia down.
Olá. Sim, estou pronto. Construir. Olá. Estou pronto. Coletar.
Okay, so our new objective here, defeat the Mamluks, Ottomans, and Dew, or we can build and defend a wonder. And our secondary objectives are to kill their leaders, which we did see earlier, but that's not a super important objective, honestly. I guess we could go for it in order to get our complete revenge.
Sim. Construir.
I don't think Teal has any villagers either. I didn't spot any, and the hints did mention that they were purely funded off the Faderias, so... Things are looking good. Those Bomber Towers have super high range.
Sim, farei o way.
Don't think we're gonna need these transports. We're able to build new transports now as well, so I'm just gonna go ahead and sink these. I just destroyed a dock for no reason. Let's lock down that tower. Fill our eco with some trade cogs. And yeah, with momentum on our side, with the docks crushed from both green, teal, and purple, we should be very safe now. Our wonder is halfway done. Any more university text for us? Nothing useful.
Sí. Esto pronto. Construir, construir, construir.
Wood is actually pretty valuable. Much more valuable than food right now. And lacking the water control, we should actually be in very good shape to win. Til's economy is basically screwed here. Actually start maybe thinking about making an offensive push here as well. I don't think Teal has any more Faderia. Oh, he's got one more back here. I think they're going to have a lot of resources available. Mamluks are going to be really annoying for us to deal with. We can... Oh, no, it doesn't look like we can actually shoot the Faderia with our cannon Galians.
Farei do way. Ao seu entendido. Avançar. Quais são as nossas ordens?
Grab pikemen, or halberdier, that is. Purple's still clearing out that island over there. Not sure what they're hoping to achieve, but whatever it is, they're not going to get it. Let's get a few more trebuchets.
Ao seu farei do way. Atacar. Sim.
How much gold are these guys getting per trip? 31? That's actually pretty darn good. Teal's base is pretty much gutted. Once they lost control of the Navy, they lost control of a lot of their... they lost a lot of their buildings here. And I don't think they have any villagers.
Farei do way. Sim. Farei do way. Avançar.
So there's one leader.
If the Turkish Sultan wishes for more of his pashas to die, he will send them to me.
That's one down. So that's the Pasha down. I guess there's two more. There's one more over here.
Farei as nossas ordens. Entendido. Entendido. Sim.
Let's buy some stone, sell off some more food. we should be focusing on taking out enemy siege workshops where we can. Our wonders finished. Wonderful. Heal's basically completely gutted here. We should start shifting villagers up towards this northeastern side. So that means we do want to clear out these guys soon. I really should learn the hotkeys for selecting groups of buildings. I think that's the part slowing me down the most during these big, massive fights here.
Quais são as armas? Sim, farei atacar. Estou pronto. Em si. Construir. Quais as vossas ordens? Sim. Olá. Estou pronto. Construir.
Nice! This gold mine is completely untouched.
Olá.
More natural gold for us. And green should be fully anytime soon here. I'm actually going to take the bulk of my fleet and send it down this way to see if we can start dealing with purple. I guess for the theme, I could go for mass organ gun now. Did I ever pick up arson? No, I didn't.
Quais as vossas ordens? Estou pronto. Cortar madeira. Minerar.
Persian cavalry is definitely way better than Portuguese cavalry.
entendido. Avançar. Sim, ao seu dispor. Às armas.
I actually think we're gonna run out of years on our wonder before we manage to clean them all up. If that's the case, so be it. I don't mind winning in one way or another.
Ao seu dispor. Entendido.
Okay, well, that's the Ottomans down.
Salvarei de ordem. Sim. Sim, atacar.
Really, the dude just have this one castle as well.
My dear son, the heathen who took you from me is dead.
Nice. Okay. So we got what we wanted in the end.
Sim. Quais as vossas ordens?
Sim, estou pronto.
Ao seu dispor. Quais são as vossas ordens? Sim. Ao seu dispor. Entendido. Entendido. Sim, farei dispor. Atacar.
There's the last Faderia that we couldn't reach. Okay, reach this castle with the cannon aliens. We're definitely gonna win on the Wonder Time first. That's the Mamluks gone. All that's left is the... Do you?
I have shed enough blood for my son. Release Albuquerque and give him my banner. It is time for me to return home.
Oh, okay. That was interesting. I don't think we actually reached the very end there. Unless dude decided to resign out of nowhere. But yeah. All in all, I think my thoughts on this particular scenario is the same as my original playthrough. If you just boom up at the very start while they're all allied with you, you can just do whatever you want. And that really, really trivializes this mission completely. I'm not so sure I like that, because playing the proper way, I guess, quote unquote proper, it leads you to convert Alfonso super early, and you might be caught completely unawares by the sheer flood of stuff that you got to do all of a sudden. So either way you play, it seems a little bit disingenuous. I don't know. I definitely am not a really big fan of this one. It's not this particular... Not the campaign as a whole. The campaign as a whole is actually quite good. This particular level I don't really like. I think my favorite campaign out of this set was the one... the last level, actually, where you gain resources by pushing through a city. I thought that was super fun. But overall, yeah, this one, it's an interesting one. Not sure why it was designed this way or how it could be improved. I think it would be improved if... what can I say? It would be improved if you were given more stuff to start. And that way, even if you converted Alphonse really quickly, you'd be able to have like a fighting chance against the enemies that are attacking you. Instead of spawning them with a wonder, I think it would have been better to have them start building a wonder. And honestly, if that was the only change, I think that would make this scenario balanced, where they start building a wonder with like one villager. So you're definitely on the clock. But then at the same time, you have... 3 very strong powerhouses breathing down your neck. Then again, maybe like if you're a professional or if you're super good and much better than I am, you could destroy that wonder while your entire base is getting shafted and still somehow recover from that. I don't see how you'd be able to do that under those circumstances, but yeah.
With his son's death avenged, Don Francisco surrendered the Viceroyship of India and wrote his final chapter. He would not return to his beloved Portugal. Landing in southern Africa to collect water, his party was ambushed by the Khoikhoi natives. We found his body on that forsaken white beach. In the 5 years since we departed Lisbon, we followed Don Francisco to the edge of the earth. We fought ebony-skinned warriors in the jungles and savannas of Africa, battled Mamluk sailors on the decks of galleys heaving in the monsoon waves, and struggled against armies of elephants and camels in the sprawling cities of India. Our caravels had taken us to the distant shores unknown to our ancestors, and awoken Europe to a world beyond our dreams.
Okay, well, there you have it. There's our shiny gold medal in the Sun's Blood. There's our shiny gold medal in the Francisco de Almeida campaign. Pretty easy overall, I'd say. This particular campaign set kind of suffers from the fact that, like, if you don't know what you're getting into for a couple of these, you're kind of screwed. Whereas if you do know what you're getting into, it suddenly becomes really, really easy. And I think the most guilty mission of that is actually the final mission, the Sun's Blood mission. The old world was pretty fun, actually. I had a great time with this one. Very easy, but also very fun. Starting with like a squad, recruiting units, and using your monks to heal properly and kind of pushing your way forward with a limited force. That was super fun. And then finally ending with like a simple build and destroy at the very end. This was a fun level for me. Lion of Africa. This was the one... Which one was this one? I don't actually remember. Oh no, yeah, Lion of Africa was the one where we had the Shah, the Emir, betray us. There were some pirates that we had to deal with. We spawned on like a small island. This was the first level that I played coming back after such a long time. This one was pretty good too, actually. Being on such a cramped island, relying on your ally to save you a little bit, and then backstabbing him at the end with just that little bit of foreshadowing to read into. That was pretty fun as well. Overall, pretty easy. A lot of the side objectives ended up being irrelevant. For example, clearing out the natives. I didn't need those resources. But definitely finding that Lost Exploration Party was fun, and fending off those raiding parties from the outside was okay as well. Ruins of Empires. This is the one where we had Muhammad on our side, and we had to assault that castle, and then afterwards we killed Mombasa. I think having a split route was super cool. And having a split route was cool. And having to kind of explore around to pick up lost Portuguese sailors was also nice. It was pretty cool how we could, like, the assault portion of that map was cool, but then after that we were just never under any real pressure from anyone. So it was really, really free to just grab some cannon galleons and go destroy Mombasa, especially considering that Zanzibar allied us the whole time. That being said, definitely, like, if you didn't know what you were doing beforehand, it would be really, really tedious to go through, especially if you went the route that I did. It would be really tedious to go through and clear out all the villagers of the Bantu warriors. So, in fact, getting the reinforcements is not very rewarding. You pretty much just want to go directly towards destroying the castle. So, I'm not sure if I like that level either. Now, Estado de India was really fun, actually. Destroying buildings to get resources and just pushing forward and using Fadery as well. All of that was super, super cool. I think the best level out of all of these was, in order, Estado de India was probably my favorite, followed closely by The Old World, followed by Lion of Africa, followed by Ruins of Empires, and last but not least, the Sun's Blood. But yeah, that's the Francisco de Almeida campaign completed, with the achievement also unlocked. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until then, my name's been The Clever Fool. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.